This is RTV6 News at 7, working for you.
And good evening to you here at 7 o'clock. I'm Mark Mullen, social distancing in my temporary home studio.
And I'm Amanda Starrentino at the WRTV studios. Let's get to the latest COVID-19 numbers from the State Department of Health. The Indiana death toll is now 1,264. That new number represents 51 new confirmed deaths since yesterday. The number of confirmed cases in our state, more than 21,000. And we learned today Marion County will not provide an exemption to allow for in-person religious services this weekend. That announcement, Indianapolis Mayor Joe Hogsett, is stricter than Governor Holcomb's plan, which allowed for in-person religious services beginning May 8th. Mayor Hogsett also said the county's stay-at-home order will stay in place until May 15th. Holcomb's latest executive order allows for Marion County to reopen on May 11th. Holcomb has repeatedly said local governments can have stricter regulations than the state.
Tonight, restaurant owners across the state are busy preparing to reopen their doors. RTV6's Nicole Griffin is working for you, talking to a local restaurant owner who says that he doesn't plan to open right away. She's also taking a closer look at new recommended guidelines that restaurants should follow.
The chairs here at Thunderbird and Fountain Square have been empty and on these tables since the restaurant closed on March 16th. And now the owner here is thinking ahead to when he will reopen and the precautions he will put in place to keep both customers and staff members safe.
We're probably not going to start allowing guests in the door until June 1st. And that'll give us some time to get everything ready that we need to on our end, make sure our guests are safe, make sure our staff is safe, and make sure that everybody's feeling comfortable.
Thunderbird's owner Joshua Gonzalez is anxious to once again see his restaurant full of customers, but he realizes that will take some time. Once his doors open back up, he will follow the Indiana Restaurant and Lodging Association's guidelines for reopening. That includes steps like requiring all staff members to pass a health screening each shift, following social distancing guidelines, and placing hand sanitizer at each entrance. He says even with all the precautions, he doesn't expect to open 7 days a week right away.
It's going to be very difficult to maintain payroll and expenses with very little dollars coming in. So I think what we're going to do is ease into service, not necessarily open 7 days a week, maybe open 3. It'll be interesting to see how things sort of start to, how people start to emerge and what the confidence is like.
As restaurants prepare to keep customers safe, the Hoosier Hospitality Promise from the Indiana Restaurant and Lodging Association is also calling on customers to keep the staff members safe by not coming inside if you've had contact with someone with COVID-19 symptoms. Working for you in Fountain Square, Nicole Griffin, RTV6.
Well, we asked Mayor Hogsett's office when restaurants in Marion County can reopen. A spokeswoman says the mayor will lay out a timeline in partnership with the Marion County Health Department early to mid next week.
And as part of our We're Open Indy initiative, RTV6 is working to promote local businesses that are open to serve you during this COVID-19 pandemic. And with the cancellations and postponements of big gatherings here like conventions, tournaments, and weddings, a small company called Bonsai Balloons in Indianapolis saw an immediate drop in business. But as we settle into this new normal, people are getting more creative and things are looking up for this unique balloon biz.
Obviously, we got significantly impacted, by COVID. But we really weren't prepared for something like this.
Bonsai Balloons is an indie-based business putting a pop of color into your special event. Corporate events, trade shows, weddings, grand openings, and more. But with all those events up in the air due to COVID-19, the wind was knocked out of their projected sales this spring.
We're typically a team of 5. Right now, we're only operating on me and Stephanie, the co-owners.
But as the balloons sat deflated, the phone blew up.
1 email came in, then 2 emails came in, and I think a lot of it may have been word of mouth. I don't know. But it was literally getting to the point where it was like 5 to 10 emails a day. Me and Steph looked at each other like, we're going to need to bring at least Megan back.
As big box store Party City shutters for the pandemic.
We absorbed all that, all of it. So where we typically don't do a whole lot of business Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, it's been, 7 to 10 deliveries a day.
2 Zoom weddings, 2 drive-by birthdays.
People have been so creative over the past 3 to 4 weeks. It's just been amazing, and I love it.
Door deliveries, online orders. Hoosiers getting creative from the comfort of their homes.
I can't even stress how grateful we are and our gratitude towards Indianapolis for rallying around us. Honestly, it's been insane.
Social distancing surprises, a demand for helium, and an indie business with your back. Bonsai Balloons is taking the wow factor they bring to corporate events, scaling it down into a bouquet, and leaving it on your doorstep.
To see Indianapolis rally around our company in such a way, we've never delivered this many bouquets in our entire life. It makes us so happy. We just get through it, you know what I mean?
And Tyler says they hope to keep some of the one-off door delivery business as the state looks to rebound from this pandemic. They expect to have to juggle their business between those big events and now maybe more residential surprises. And he hopes that leads to more jobs and opportunities as a local business. If you want to surprise someone you love with a balloon bouquet, maybe mom for Mother's Day, you can find more info on our website at theindychannel.com/open.
We know the financial impact of the coronavirus pandemic has been massive on our community. The Rebound Indiana is working to make sure you and your family have the resources that you need to make it to the other side. And we're connecting you to those who can provide answers.
What are the most common concerns that you're hearing right now from people during this pandemic?
Right now, we're getting a lot of calls about landlord-tenant issues. A lot of people saying, my landlord's threatening to shut off my utilities or tells me I have to be out by the end of the month when in fact there's an eviction moratorium. A lot of people calling about accessing emergency resources, so access to unemployment benefits.
From debt to domestic issues to immigration, the Neighborhood Christian Legal Clinic will have attorneys available to answer your questions during an RTV6 virtual town hall. You can watch and ask questions live on Facebook tonight at 7:30.
And what a great day thanks to the sunshine in central Indiana. Temperatures made it to 60 degrees. Any clouds that you see out your window should basically fade away here by the time we get to sunset and beyond, about 8:45. As far as our temperatures, 60 in Bedford, 60 in Bloomington. Those are the warm spots as we drift to the north. Temperatures not too much different. Upper 50s. Tomorrow, temperatures will be warmer. We'll build on these afternoon highs. Should be in the mid 60s. Looking at radar, I just used this as an opportunity to tell you we don't need it tonight or tomorrow. Rain returns Friday morning. That rain signals something else for later Friday and the weekend. I'll talk about that shortly.
Quite a scene this morning in one local neighborhood. A wayward vehicle and a driver who did not stick around to see the damage they caused. Details next on the news at 7.
This is RTV6 News at 7, working for you.
Police are asking for your help to find a 14-year-old girl who has been missing for more than a week. Mia Ellington was last seen Thursday, April 26th. Mia is 5 feet 4 inches tall and weighs around 98 pounds with brown hair and blue eyes. Police say she's believed to be in extreme danger and in need of medication. If you have info on where she might be, you can call Crime Stoppers at the number on your screen. That is 317-262-TIPS. And police are looking for the driver of a vehicle who ran from the scene after his SUV crashed into 2 houses. The SUV was northbound on Keystone Avenue near 13th Street when it rear-ended another vehicle around 7 o'clock this morning. The SUV then ran off the road and hit 2 houses. Police say the driver got out and ran away. No one inside the houses was hurt, and the driver of the car that was rear-ended also is okay.
It's been nearly 2 months since the state closed and we began the governor's stay-at-home order. And as the state begins to reopen, we wanted to know how you're feeling. So we sent photojournalist Brad Forrestal out to talk with Hoosiers and ask about that.
Some days are better than others.
I am a restaurant employee, so I'm laid off, so that's a little stressful, but I trust that the steps are being taken to get us back safely when it's time.
We act like it's nothing, but we keep our mask on.
Keeping my distance. At first, I was kind of worried, but I'm okay.
Hanging in there.
doing a lot of yoga, taking it day by day.
I've been eating better, and
It's becoming more routine, which is going to make going back harder.
It was pretty intense at first. I think after a while, complacency kind of sets in and you kind of just accept that it's the current norm.
The tension is eased for sure, I would say.
abiding by that 6-foot rule.
The absolute hardest part, I guess, would be not being able to, our family's back in Ohio, and not being able to go back and visit with them right now.
I'm ready to eat at a restaurant.
The normalcy of farmers markets and getting to be around friends and family at the parks and whatnot.
I'm ready to have a steak.
Again, I'm ready to make my own money. Exactly, yeah. It feels good to... I don't want to feel like a freeloader anymore. Yeah. Just being able to go places with other people.
Well done. Potato. I mean, salad.
I definitely miss live music. I had a lot of concerts and music festivals lined up for this year, and they've all been moved or canceled, so I can't wait to fully dive right back into that kind of scene.
Definitely Broad Ripple nightlife, just having the freedom to go wherever you want.
And maybe just the fact that you can't hug, you can't kiss, you know, you're still, even if it's your loved ones, you still are trying to distance yourself to make sure you keep everyone safe.
Well, a new study shows that some people aren't ready to leave the house. WebMD polled more than 3,000 of its readers. 26% report they feel some kind of trauma from the coronavirus and measures to reduce its spread. 25% said they are afraid to go to the store, while 15% said they're scared to even leave their homes. Experts say it's totally normal to feel a roller coaster of emotions right now. For some, it will get better with time. Others might want to seek professional help.
Coming up, cautious but optimistic. The White House reaction to a possible new timeline for getting a coronavirus vaccine.
65 will feel comfortable. That's the warmest temperature within the next 7 days. There's the coldest. I'll match that with a day of the week coming up.
Honda of Fishers.
Welcome back. New trials are underway now for possible vaccines for COVID-19. And one study here in the U.S., volunteers were just given the first round of injections this week. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez has more on the trial and what researchers say about how soon a vaccine could be widely available.
In the race to find a COVID-19 vaccine, 26-year-old David Ratch, the first to roll up his sleeve, getting the first injection in a human trial launched at the University of Maryland School of Medicine by pharmaceutical giant Pfizer and its German partner BioNTech.
Because this is a phase 1 trial, it is double-blinded and randomized. So I'm not actually sure on my end, like if I got one of the vaccine candidates or if I had a placebo.
This is one of more than 100 potential vaccines being studied worldwide. At least 8 have already been approved for human trials, a process that normally takes years.
This is a virus that we knew nothing about 5 months ago. And the fact that we already have multiple vaccines in clinical trials is cause for optimism.
But at the same time, some experts are urging patience.
I always worry about cutting corners. It's going to be given to many, many, many individuals, whole countries. And so we don't really want to take too many chances.
President Trump, who said just days ago that there will be a vaccine by the end of this year, now stepping back those expectations.
Are you still convinced we'll have a vaccine by year's end and 300 million doses, which you had spoke of?
You can never be convinced. When you say, am I convinced? I can say this. We're doing really great.
But University of Maryland researchers aren't ruling out the possibility.
Very hard to give a date here. We're hoping months. I know you've heard 12 months from many people. That would be a victory. If we could shorten that even further, then it would be even better.
And manufacturers are already working on plans to mass produce and distribute any potential vaccine, something they acknowledge will be challenging. Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News, Los Angeles.
And from the Gregory house to your house, hope you enjoyed the day. All that sunshine, that was nice. Temperatures continue their roller coaster. We just have not been able to consistently keep temperatures above average, and we won't as we move forward either. Warmest day of the week, that arrives tomorrow. Temperatures in the mid-60s, although it's warmer, it's still below average. We'll have rain Friday morning, really through Friday midday. That opens the door to very cool temperatures. We never really warm up Friday Friday, which gives us a jump on frosty conditions and some freeze warnings likely for Saturday morning. 58 from Peru, straight down 31 through Kokomo, Tipton on into portions of Hamilton County, Indianapolis down to Martinsville. Pretty consistent. 61 in Sullivan. Any clouds you see, those should fade away. If the grass is getting long, you can mow tomorrow. Good to mow tomorrow, but the day Friday, you'll have to wait until later in the day and hope the ground isn't too wet at that point, because I do think we have rain the first half of Friday, and temperatures will be stuck in the 40s Friday afternoon. Thursday, during the day tomorrow, we start with a clear sky. We'll pick up some mid to high level clouds, but already by noon at 63, 66, the conservative high temperature. It could be a few spots a little warmer than that across central Indiana. It will be windy again. Winds will gust to 20 miles per hour or stronger. Temperature range mid 60s to upper 60s. As we look forward tomorrow night, full moon rising. Now, hopefully the cloud cover won't be too much, but that will become a challenge tomorrow night. Watch tonight for the nearly full moon under beautiful conditions. For Friday, rain chances up to 70% through the morning hours until around midday, and then they'll start to slide the other way. There's your widespread 7 a.m. rain Friday. Take it to mid-morning, 10 a.m. The blue there shows a couple of snowflakes maybe mixing in. As we clear out in the afternoon hours, we do not warm up. Temperatures will stay in the 40s through the afternoon hours, setting the stage for Saturday morning. Low temperatures as cool as 29 north and east of Indy, to the south right around 30, and metro area temperatures again just below the freezing mark. 7-day forecast, temperatures next week after some showers later in the day on Mother's Day and a 58-degree high. Our rain chances diminish Monday. Even Tuesday, they're fairly low with temperatures in the upper 50s. We'll get back to 62, as you can see, in the middle of next week. We'll be back with more of the news right after this.
All starts tonight, 8/7 Central on ABC.
While millions of people are still waiting for their stimulus checks, some people are trying to find a way to give the money back. Heirs of some recently deceased people say the IRS issued checks to their departed loved ones. And last week, the Treasury Department said the heirs should return the money, but he didn't specify how. Just today, the IRS updated its website with instructions. It says to write void on the check and mail it to one of the provided addresses. If the payment was a direct deposit or the check was cashed, the family will need to write a personal check payable to the U.S. Treasury.
Twitter is asking, are you sure you want to tweet that? It's testing out a new feature aimed at making the Twitter sphere a kinder place. It will detect so-called harmful language when a user is typing out a reply to another retweet. Now, the prompt will then appear suggesting a self-edit before posting. Twitter hasn't given any specifics on what might be considered harmful language. We love telling stories about people finding ways to make special occasions even more special during these tough times. Today in Carmel, a little boy's birthday surprise. 7-year-old Jack turned 7 today. Jack couldn't have a big party because of social distancing rules, so his parents gifted him with a surprise Corvette parade. His mom says Jack is a big fan of that classic car, so she asked the Corvette Club to help shift this birthday celebration into high gear.
Jack and I had talked several weeks ago, and he just had said that this was not going to be the best birthday ever because nobody could come to his birthday. And so we were just trying to think of a way to make it a great birthday. I just randomly contacted the Indy Corvette, and today 24 of them came to drive by to surprise Jack, to wish Jack a happy birthday.
Well, Jack's a real go-getter on his own. He raised around $2,600 for the St. Baldrick's Foundation, a charity that provides funding for childhood cancer research. Jack and his brother will shave their heads in honor of Brooks Blakemore of Carmel, who lost his fight with brain cancer almost 4 years ago. Happy birthday to Jack.
Temperature 65 tomorrow, but only in the 40s Friday.
Well, thank you for making RTV6 your choice for news. We'll see you at 11.